Hello everybody, just before I start I'd like to say a couple of things. First of all, the map has actually been released. You can download it now by clicking the link in the description. If you want to see what's on the map as well as just this Tardis console, you can check out the 2 videos down there as well recently on the channel where I go through pretty much everything on there. Hope you enjoy the video and I'll see you in like about a second. Hello everyone, I am Ace Creeper and today I'm back with a brand new video. Today we are talking about my brand new creation on this. This had been made a while ago, but I wanted to kind of keep it back, obviously because I didn't want to spoil what the 13th Doctor TARDIS looked like based on the leaks, but also the fact that I had it quite wrong, so I've had to update it and make it as new, good looking as possible, and almost hopefully to the exact scale of the actual TARDIS. We haven't seen much of it yet, but I thought it was a good time to talk about it and show you guys. So yeah, I said at the beginning of the video, the map is officially released. You can go and download it now. As I'm talking through it, you can go and look through it yourself. There's loads of Easter eggs and secrets to find as well, so that's always fun. And yeah, check out the other videos as well if you want to see the rest of the map. But for here, we've got this sort of 60s avenue with the Foreman scrapyard, and because the most recent incarnation of the TARDIS is this one, this is the one that's going to be here in the scrapyard. But because I'm a pain in the backside, I'm going to make it wait even longer because I'm going to show you something else first. What I've just recently built is the train from The Woman Who Fell to Earth. It's a very basic looking thing. It's a train that you can walk through. It has a hole in the roof here, and you can also turn the light off at the front as well, so it kind of simulates that part in the episode. It's a nice little addition, and I thought it would be great considering we're doing a 13th Doctor type video. So yeah, here's a train. So this is what you're here to see. So we're going to show you the TARDIS, the 13th Doctor's TARDIS console, finally now available on this map. So we'll start with a doorway first. You've got the little porch area, similar to that if it was an actual box in the way I scale my TARDIS boxes in this map. This is what it would look like, so I thought I'd try and recreate that. And it's come out quite nicely with the 3 wall panels. And yeah, it kind of cuts into a little inside porch area here, followed by a bigger, wider stretch, more like a crescent shape, which goes all the way around. And there's also a final thing as well, which blocks in the main console area. It's kind of got a bigger cog design, and because of the whole Minecraft block shape things, I couldn't really make everything a big cog. So what I managed to do instead was create lots of these little things to act as sort of like roundels in the way they kind of shift in and out. There's 2 separate types of block here. There's also the 1 and the 2 there. And then I placed paintings with the giant versions of the cog over a few of these. These are plastered pretty much everywhere, so you can kind of find them. I'm probably going to even add some more before the map comes out, so who knows. I've tried to recreate the floor lights properly as well, which are quite nice. I sort of a sea lantern underneath it with some textured glass over the top of it. I didn't mention is this well, yeah, I made some brown background ones as well. So that's grey terracotta, you've got sponge and wet sponge. Yeah, it's all texture pack stuff, of course, but I decided I wanted to make it kind of unique in that sense. They had to kind of fit together, like, you know, if I'm doing a TARDIS roundel design like this, I'll do like a wood and that wood plank or something, just so it kind of fits with each other. But this one's worked quite well. I'm really happy with how that's come out. If we look at the main console area anyway, I've tried to recreate it to what we can see in the episode. I'll probably end up updating it in time if we see more of the console. But from what I saw is it's surrounded by a kind of cog design, and then kind of like less than a metre in front of that cog design, there's sort of patchy bits of glass there with like frames and stuff, as well as these cool blue light hexagonal things, which I really do like the look of. I really like the look of that, and I think that's come out quite well on here. Again, it's not perfect, but it, you know, it works quite well to a decent standard that you can tell which TARDIS it absolutely is. So that's very useful. If we come to here, I mean, we'll start at the floor first. So you've got the sort of slab area. It's got like a really dark blue on top because it is a blue colour, I believe, and it's got some sort of Gallifrey type style symboling on the side of it. I've got like orange lights around the fronts, and then like white around the side here, and etc. It kind of works quite nicely in that respect. These are made out of, what are these made out of? So that's pink stained glass, but I've used a very similar texture on these ones because you can see they're slightly different, and that's a slime block. The reason I've used a slime block is because I wanted to make this console move up and down properly with a sort of extender, because obviously in the show it's not just the one singular piece like Hartnell's TARDIS, it's actually like quite tall that moves up and down, so I thought I'd have to try this bit differently, yeah. So it does look a bit cluttery with the piston, but at the same time, it still works and it's still decent and it still does its job. And it kind of blends in quite nicely as well. For the sort of corner bits, the sort of arched bits that are meant to move the bits of crystal up and down, I've just got myself a stone block retextured with some stone buttons on the side, so kind of reminiscent of the similar shape, but not by too much. Walking around the actual console area, it doesn't do much. There's a lever, which actually does, I believe, yeah, it does. It actually stops the moving of the TARDIS and keeps the main column bit kept up. So yeah, that's pretty much that. It's all based on like slime blocks and stuff, just to give that sort of crystallic effect. There's a version of the 13th Doctor's Sonic down here, which is just a retextured flint and steel, because I thought the 13th Doctor's used the Sonic quite a lot in just 2 episodes, so I thought it'd be nice to have her be able to like walk around and set stuff on fire. Thankfully fire spread is not on. But yeah, so that's quite nice. There's also a comparator on here as well if you want to press a button up and down. I never really go into too much detail with the console areas, mainly because I don't really want to. I feel like it's a bit much. This console is probably the hardest one to kind of make. I had to go through so many different designs, and you know, because it's a small console. It's a really small console. But at the same time, it's quite detailed, so it was quite hard to do with a few blocks. I think I've managed to achieve it quite well. So you've got the orange bits as well as the kind of corner stumps as well. We'll come back to this. That does stop it as well. So there you go, there's another button that does that as well. And there's also a redstone repeater. It's all to kind of make it look like, oh, well, it can do things like you can like mess about with it and pretend you're flying it if you really want to. I don't usually do that. And I've also included, and I really had to do this, so thank you God for this actually being able to work. But because of the show, there's a foot pedal. You stand on the foot pedal, you get a custard cream. Exactly the same thing happens here. The custard cream is a retextured cookie, so you can eat it if you're in survival mode. So yeah, you can just stand on here and it'll give you like kind of unlimited custard creams pretty much. So yeah, so there's some custard creams there. I've also included the 13th Doctor's outfit on an armour stand over here. We didn't see a sort of hat stand or a sort of clothes rack anywhere on the console, but I just decided, because I feel like it's fitting for the video, I'll whack it on here. So I'll put this on. It's quite decent. It's not the best, but it does its job, and it's nice to have a variation of Whittaker's clothing, I suppose, if you want to mess around in it a bit much. So there you go. Other than that, I think I'm just going to have a look round. I think the rest of it, you've got here, you've got some... I've got bits and bats of these around, because the TARDIS has, well, the TARDIS set anyway, has like screens with sort of moving orange lights on it, so to give it that sort of simulated real look. So what I've done is I've put the orange crystal here, or the pink stained glass even, here, with a lava flow behind it, so it kind of looks like it's moving. I've also done that over here as well. This is a great thing because it looks like a screen, it looks like it's moving, and it looks quite interesting and fun, to be honest. But at the same time, it gives a really great light source as well. So there's actually no light sources on the main part of the console at all. So these kind of act as the light source around it. If these lava bits weren't there, it would only just be these lights here, and the lights around the side of the console here, the orange ones. So yeah, it's nice to have that. And overall, you know, it's not perfect. I didn't expect it to be perfect. I'm never going to expect it to be perfect. But I like to think, you know, with a day's editing, it's come out really nicely, and I'm very happy with how this final design actually looks. I love the actual TARDIS set this year, and I'm really happy that I've managed to recreate something that looks vaguely similar to the existing TARDIS. So yeah, that is pretty much that. The download link is in the description if you want to download the map, and don't know what to say from there really. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment below for any more suggestions in the future, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Have a lovely day. Bye bye!